So Tommy Lynn is asking what that noise is, and if you've been watching the stream, that's just me blowing into my laptop to cool it down. It's in the 90s now, and this little Surface Pro 3 has some heating issues, so I blow on it to keep it cool. I'm gonna swap batteries in a bit. I just dropped my phone, which is I'm using a tether here. So sorry if I lost you guys for a second. I gotta get a different laptop.
Why is that?
This thing just overheats.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
I'm almost like, I like the Surface just because it's a small profile. It's
Yeah.
bright in the sun.
Yeah.
At least brighter than most laptop displays in the sun.
I think it's just the Surface Pro 3 that has heating problems.
That could be the case.
I mean, we're in sort of extreme conditions out here.
Yeah, that's been, like, I actually had a photo booth that I was setting up for the outdoors, and the weird thing is, like, I set it up in San Francisco, and then suddenly, like, a ton of condensation is in the monitor. And essentially, yeah, because it's not designed for outdoors.
Yeah.
There's a limit on the humidity as well.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the outdoor displays are ridiculously expensive because people don't buy that stuff, so it's not made to scale.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm gonna swap batteries on my camera, so you'll probably see a little black going. Right.
But I let other people do the color and play-by-play.
Alright, sorry, I had to restart the stream there. I noticed that we lost connection. I just restarted, and looks like Polar Bears sends it. And Huck coming after a centering pass. 10th was a 0-0 on Mischief. Sorry about that if you guys got cut off. I was chatting on the side and realized that the stream went down. And PBR is gonna get a chance here to break. And a Huck to number 20. That's Liston, who turns and dumps it to Andy Broyang. Broyang hits the upline. And Sweeney is in, or he's calling himself in, but the Mischief players don't. Well, they finally agree. And PBR gets started, just like they did their last game, with a break. They are up against the number 1 seed, Mischief, 1-0. Scott Sorensen in the comments says, thanks for the stream. Yeah, no problem. Just out here having some fun, streaming some live content for you guys. Apologize once again, I didn't notice that the stream had cut off. I was chatting with someone on the side. Managed to revive it though before the first point got underway. I think that's Princess about to pull it for Polar Bears, and that's his buddy. Cogswell next to him, and then another slow player, number 33, Ian Sweeney. So 3 slow players on this line. And a UC Davis player, Tolfa, on the line as well. Pull goes off over to the left side. Princess can't, or he had a good mark, but it still goes up on the break side. And that pass is caught deep. And Black, I'm sorry, I used to call him the last game. Mischief scores on PBR. PBR, sorry, Princess can't keep up. They tie the game 1-1. Jazz tuning in the comments. Says Kevin Smith, former UC San Diego Air Squid, once hand blocked my Smog teammate 3 times in a row. He called a foul all 3 times, then turned it. Yeah, sorry. It's funny because you get used to commentating a game and then you have to move, especially when you've just commentated one of the winning teams. And it sort of becomes almost muscle memory. And you say one name and you expect the other team. But this is Mischief versus Polar Bears in the finals. PBR up 1 break on the number 1 seed. That's a big bladey backhand by Mischief defender. Robot with the centering, off the centering pass. Tries to hit Marley, but a little too away from her. Now number 7 for Mischief. Thought about hitting Williams on the break side. Tako Takayama on the mark. And an IO over to the, OI flicked to the break side, and a little too much on that one. Marley thinks about sending the deep, now looking for a dump. And can't get that to, I think that was Greg. She tried to hit on the dump. Which puts Polar Bears back on defense. Taco on the mark. Williams in the open space. It's a streaking up line Mischief player, and they get a break of their own. Diego for Mischief throws his hands in the air, celebrating his teammates' accomplishment. The score is now 2-1. Mischief retakes the lead on Polar Bears. So while that's going on, I'm gonna blow some more air into my laptop to help cool it off. All right, the pull goes off. Robot now in possession. 24, Joel Thompson gets low for that one. And a nice diving catch. Has to do so because our defender was bidding as well. Z Chen turns and throws it. I think that's Taco, who tries a give go, but Z has to get low for that one. Huck coming. Taco's going to try to sky everyone here for Polar Bears, but 3 Mischief defenders got there in a better position than him. Now Robot has to play some defense here. Hey, Huck coming. Wind plays an effect on that disc. On that throw, rather. Taco with the disc. Miscue there from him. And is that up? Oh, can't get it up quite yet. That was number 29 for the Polar Bears. And Mischief almost comes up with it, but they also turn in. Robot trying to huck it deep despite a call being made. An injury, or not sure what's being called. So Shelly May tuning in. She's giving a shout out to Han Chen, who graduated recently from UCLA and scored that last point for Mischief. And no problem. I like streaming, so thanks for tuning in. Robot. It's open space for Taco, who hucks it deep. Oh, but a misread there. I think that's Z Chen. Thought it was going to come. Was going to fall earlier, but instead goes over her head. Manisha Dariani with the disc, or slap as her teammates and friends call her. Slap in possession. And a bidding Z Chen. Sorry, that was Robot. For Polar Bears, almost gets it. Mischief instead gets another break chance here. Jazz in the comments saying that my blowing sounds like I'm smoking a fat spliff. Thank you? Question mark? Mischief resumes play. Robot on the mark. Z, I think that was on the bid attempt there. Number 3 is Brown. Dumps it to number 12, who gets the around to slap. Tries to do a lefty flick to the break side. Well, she is a lefty, so not an offhand for her. And my laptop fan is really going now, so definitely have to watch that closely as it's day gets hotter. Do not want the stream to cut off. So in between points, won't be tuning in that much, and I'll be trying to keep the stream alive. And Robot looks like he's going to take a sub here. A Mischief player is injured. See if we can get a face. That's number 47 helping. I can't see from here. Get a number in a second. Can't quite tell here. Only got a 3-inch screen, so. But play resumes. Slap on the, still working the brake side. Finds Brown. Looks like just inside the end zone, and Mischief is going to get their second break. And they're going to go up 3-1 on Polar Bears. Oh no, don't worry, Tommy Lynn. Jazz and I got this back and forth. He tuned in yesterday's game and making some rather racy comments. Okay, back to the game. And Tolfa has to go up for that one. That's number 30, who tries to connect with Lin Huang. Jazz with some good suggestions, pro-life tips. Dunk the water in water. Dump the laptop in water to cool it down. But PBR tries a huck and into coverage. Mischief another chance here. I think this would be their, let's see, third break in a row if they get this. Up line with power, looks for a huck and does send it off. That's Diego trying to get over the top, but Prince has nice body. He's got a lot of volume. Diego can't get through him. And now Sweeney hucks it, but a little miscommunication there, and unfortunately that's going to be a turnover. Pick was called. Sweeney was not aware. Turns it over. Mischief with the disc. Huck going. Near the end zone, about 5 or 7 yards away. Diego trying to work it in. Finds number 7 in the end zone. That's going to be Mischief's 3rd break in a row. And Polar Bears may need to take a timeout here. I think they may be doing so. Oh, so Scott Sorensen's asking how windy it is right now. So it's not too bad. You'll get gusts of winds every now and then. It's about probably 10 to 15 miles an hour. Not too bad. So that is a timeout for Polar Bears after being broken 3 times. And the score is now 4-1. Mischief up on Polar Bears. Current temperature reading is 95 degrees. Here at UC Davis. Oompa tuning in, responding to both commenters, and yeah, it's close to 95, and it is a little windy. So while they're in timeout, I'm going to resume my cooling. Whew. Starting to hyperventilate a little. Mischief resumes play. PBR working out on the open side. Robot looking to go deep. And a round goes off, I think. And a great layout catch. I think that was Princess who finds Taco in the end zone. No, that was 24, sorry. Joel Thompson going full extension. And that timeout seemed to have helped. They have regrouped and made the score, or stopped the Mischief break train. I think the score is now 4-2. Let me double check. Yep, score is now 4-2. Ha, kind of it's the kind of quality I'm trying to bring you, Jazz, in the comments. Someone blowing into into the laptop to keep streams alive. So the score is now 4-2. Mischief still up on Polar Bears. They got 3 breaks in a row. You guys keep watching. I'm gonna do my thing. All right. Chris Cogswell sends the pull. A hook to wide open. Polar Bears caught her, but number 7, I think that's Sheridan, poached off his man. Anchi with the disc. Wait, that may not have been Anchi. It is Anchi. Finds Sweeney. 36, I think that's Sarah Nolan, who dumps it over to Sweeney. Sweeney on the up line. Back to Nolan, who tries to get a huck with momentum, but I think either Cogswell or number 30, they were not on the same page as Nolan. Mischief working to hold here. And now with some touch, gets it near the sideline, tries to stay in bounds, but just out of bounds. Good touch, but not able to keep it in. Sweeney taps it in. And a hook, but I don't know if that one's coming back in. That was Anchi trying to connect with maybe, see what number that is. That's Nolan, number 38. Cogswell back on defense. He's on the mark. And that's what Ari called yesterday a doink. He was helping me live stream with some commentary. Sweeney looks off Anchi and decides to instead go to number 16. I think that's Smith. Sweeney gives it to Anchi. who finds knolling on the open side. Great movement by polar bears here. Sweeney again and launches a huck over to the left side looking for Sheridan. That one's going to sail out of bounds as well. Some wind, but not that windy, so that one just sails out of bounds. In the case that I start hyperventilating, someone may have to call 911. All right, Mischief gets another chance to hold, and that was Cogswell bidding. Gets back on the mark. And it's not going to stay up. They're going to call it down. PBR with a third break chance at this point. Hopefully they can put this one away to make the game a little closer. I think they're currently down 2 breaks. And after a grueling back and forth, a timeout is going to be called by polar bears. And as we get things restarted, Sweeney not connect. And Mischief player slapped that down earlier. Now we have possession by Mischief, and Sheridan misreads it, sails over his head. And good read by the Mischief's cutter. Gives Mischief a hold. Keeps the lead 5-2. Yeah, I'm making sure I'm not overblowing. As soon as I start feeling a little lightheaded, I take a break and drink some of this Gatorade. This is too comical. While they're getting set up, I'll return keeping things cool. Robot with the disc. I think that's Z over on the right side in possession, who centers it to Robot once again. Marley on the under. On the under. Robot once again, who finds or looking for, can't tell who that was, but Diego says get that out of here. It was Joel Thompson for PBR on the body. Apparently doesn't have quite as much volume as Princess. Breaking chance for Mischief here to extend their lead. Slap with the disc now. But a missed throw, sails out of bounds about midfield. Gonna give PBR a chance to hold here. That's number 6. Nice grab by, I think that's Sam. Oh, but number 9, Greg, can't get his fingers right on that. Can't get all of it. All of his hand on that disc. Drops the catch. Give him Mischief another break chance here. Greg on the mark. Hits an under to number 27, Robot on the mark now. And 27 hits. Is that Thompson? Oh no, that's Greg, who poached off number, or his cutter. So while they're sorting that out, Jazz in the comments says that, fun facts, Lucas Dahlman and Simon Higgins played for Polar Bears before taking their games to the next level on Revolver. Also, Polar Bears was the name of the longtime San Diego Men's Club. And while I was saying all that, Polar Bears finds radio in the end zone. A hold for them. They're going to make the score 5-3. Mischief still up. I think 2 breaks on Polar Bears. So again, from Jazz's comments, PBR was the name of the longtime San Diego men's club team. They're in the UCSD golden years of 2004 to 07, where they worked Smog like a rented mule. And Smog beat UCSD for the first time during Trouble in Vegas in 07, where they celebrated like winning nationals. Although not quite the accomplishment, getting a big win over rivals, certainly something to celebrate about. Again, with the comments, they proceeded to beat us, to beat UCLA 15-0 at sectionals and 15-11 at regionals. So I got donuted at sectionals, but a little closer at regionals. A bit of history there. Thanks, thanks, Jazz. Princess getting ready for the pool. Oh man, I forgot to blow. Give it 3 good ones. Hopefully that'll sustain us for a little while. I think it's Anchi with a blue headband, number 30. That's Jeremy Karazi on the mark. Kate Schlag now on the mark. And a backhand to a couple of Polar Bears defenders, and they're gonna get body. That's 20, Liston. Sean Liston, who gets the better of that play. Karazi picks up the disc. Trying to get the dump, and should be a poached defender. Andy Broyang hits Kate Schlag. Oh, and Kate Schlag can't quite get the touch on that backhand there. Mischief, a little too over the head. And that's Liston with the disc, who tries to hit Karazi. Instead goes for the second option, Princess, who hits number 29. I think that's Amanda Panda Maru. But a pick was called. So Karazi is going to tap this in. Seems to be another disc on the field. Oh, and Anchi Sue can't hold on to that one. A little high for her, but two hands could have come down with that one. Instead, Karazi on the mark. Anchi. Liston on the mark now, and Huck goes up, but too much. Polar Bears another chance here. Something was called a few possessions ago. Well, I guess they sorted it out, and Ian Sweeney looks like he's about to pick up the disc. I think he subbed in for somebody. Unless I missed him previously. Looks for his former slow teammate, Princess, who sends a hug deep. And that's Amanda Panda Maru, who comes down with it. And Polar Bears gets another break. Their second of the game, I believe. Second of the game. And that's going to put Polar Bears a little closer now to Mischief. Score is now 5-4. So with that, I think PBR is now down one break. Got Cameron Warner tuning in with a, looks like an intent, I don't know, his profile image is one of those broken .jpeg images that load, but he says I should keep talking about Princess volume. Princess's volume. Maybe you can give us some insight on that. I think you've played with him a few years. So I'm gonna get back to keeping this laptop cool. All right, back to the game. We have number 22 who throws it at number 47 of Mischief, and that's slap on the under. And then an IO flick, but almost D'd by, I think it's Kate Nolan. And number 2, I think that's Cookie Munson on the mark. And almost D'd by, looks like it was Tolfa, no, Ian Sweeney, sorry. Didn't quite elevate as much as he wanted there. And Mischief is going to hold. I think you misspelled thick, Cameron Warner. I think that's usually spelled Thicc. The score of the game is now 6-4. Mischief up on Mischief up on Polar Bears. All right, so I just checked the time. It is almost 12:10. It's 12:08 right now, and apparently they're playing until 12:30. But a hook goes up, and Marley tries to get that, but 2 Blackbird defenders sandwiched her. And now Polar Bears has to play some defense. Taco on the mark. And an immediate huck to a wide open player. Goes back and gets it. It looks like he's calling himself up. But Robot is telling Brown to just send it back. So I think there's about 20 minutes left in this game. I think halftime is 7. A very low throw to Williams, who doesn't think he caught it up, so a lucky break for Polar Bears. We definitely don't want to turn it over on offense, being down 6-4 currently. Robot toward the second option on the dump. Now a dump up to Robot, who finds number 9, Greg, in the end zone. Williams seemed to be a turnaround there. And with that, PBR still down 1 break. Mischief is leading 6 to 5. And the wind looks like it's picking up a little more. It wasn't blowing that hard or that much last few points, but now it's about 10 or 15 miles an hour, or I guess re-blowing to 10 or 15 miles an hour. Sorry about that, I dropped my lapel. But Ian Sweeney gets things going. 22 sends a deep puck. And that one is D'd by, I think that's Ling Huang. Several other polar bears also there. And PBR being down 1 break. They gotta put this in. Sweeney looking, and can't tell who that is. Good upline there. Now 24, Joel Thompson throws it up to Sweeney. Has to get huge up here, but number 15 boxes him out. Sweeney back on the mark. And an open under. Number 2 playing some tight defense. Sailing throw, out of bounds. And second breaking opportunity here for polar bears. Something's being called. May have been stall. Instead it gets tapped in by Sweeney, who sends a deep. Is he gonna connect? Yes, he does. That's gonna be a break for number 24, Joel Thompson. And Polar Bears gets even on breaks. Score is now 6-5. Sorry, 6-6. These points have been rather long. Uh-oh. Starting to lose it here. Video's output low, so I think my laptop's overheating, so I'm gonna blow on it. Timeout being called here. Still not halftime. Only about 14 minutes left in this game. At least regular time. Good back and forth between the two teams. Polar Bears was down, I think 3 points at one point. All right, I think I'm pretty lightheaded. Oof. Yeah, getting a little dizzy. Trying to regain good consciousness here. Okay, let's focus. Disc is on the right side of the field. Since Mischief started on offense for this game, Polar Bears is going to have to break one more time to get the lead. They'll start things off on offense during the second half. So whoever scores this point is going to send it to half. Bailout Huck goes up, and Mischief comes down with it, and now looks like stayed in bounds in the end zone. Mischief takes half. They're going to go up 7-6 over Polar Bears. So I'm not sure how much time they're going to take for halftime because there's only about 10 minutes left in regular play. Both teams exhausted and nearing the end of the tournament, especially in this heat. I think it's probably in the mid to high 90s now. So I guess while that's at halftime, I'm gonna put the Blackbird versus Seven Figures and into landscape view, and you guys just, get some coverage of that. I think that was VY Chow, sorry, who scored for Blackbird. bought a little mini fan a few months ago that I'm gonna take out to keep things blowing while I'm not blowing. Let's see if I can get this set up. So there it is. I'm gonna try to attach that to my laptop, and I wasn't watching, so I'm not sure if it's halftime for Blackbird in Seven Figures or if they lined up. I don't think they have lined up since, I would think, take more time to get off the field. So I got the little fan blowing so that I don't have to work too hard. Yeah, if this thing becomes a little more consistent, I think I'm gonna have to upgrade to a gaming laptop, because this little Surface Pro 3 is not holding up in the heat. Whoa. Alright, this is going to be a little tricky, but I'm going to attach my lapel. Try to take a little selfie here for you guys, get you a little update on the situation, what I'm currently doing here. Hello. breaks. They're going to extend the lead now, 8-6. That's not how PBR wanted to start the second half. There's only about 3 minutes left in regular time. Whew. Scorcher out here. So what I'm currently doing is I got that little fan started. With my right hand, I'm holding that, and that holding it next to the laptop, right into the, ooh, right near the CPU. And then with the right hand, I'm controlling, left hand, sorry, I'm controlling my camera. I'm glad I got this little attachment. So I only need one hand to control it. Robot signals that his team is ready to get points started. And Z Chen doesn't find anyone, and looks like Mischief is throwing a cup, and that pass from Robot missed its target. Dulcie on the mark for the Polar Bears, and a great layout. I think that's Z Chen. She might have injured herself there. Hopefully it's not that knee. She's been out for quite some time on a knee injury. But Z Chen showing how committed she is, putting her body on the line for her team. And they're gonna miss a really good handler for them. But she makes a diving D to give her team back to possession. Looks like Lin Huang is gonna come in for Polar Bears as a handler. As Sheridan helps Z Chen off the field. Williams on the mark. Robot picking it up. Looks like Mischief still on that zone. Hammer from Robot. Finds Tako Takayama. Dump back to Robot, another hammer, who finds, I think that's Marley, near the end zone. Mischief bails on the zone. Call on the field. PBR down one break. 8-6. Lin Huang with the disc. Throws it to Marley on the break side, who pump fakes a huck near the end zone. And Huang thought about the IO backhand. Lin clogging space, so Marley has to bail, throw a bailout, and she finds, I think that's 52, Sam Applegate. But something was called. Might have been a stall. That was Sam Applegate keeping it alive for Polar Bears. Number 52. But Marley's still in possession with the disc. I think the stall was challenged, so an open side throw. And Sam Applegate comes up with it once again, right in front of the defender. Polar Bears holds on Blackbird, making the score 8-7. Still down one break. And it's past 12:30, so I think that's going to be the end of the game. It's like a very close one. But PBR couldn't quite start the second half like they wanted. And that one break cost them the game. Z Chen tried to get her team back in the game, but it couldn't quite end the point with time left. Very exciting back and forth. But this one came down to one break in the second half. Polar Bears, a good fight. Can't quite get the win over the #1 seed team. And thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to end the stream soon, but if you'd like to see more of this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Special shout outs to people who were saying stuff in the comments. Jazz provided some history in the chat. Compax88, Cameron Warner, Scott Sorensen, Tommy Lynn, Shalame Reyes, and with that, thanks again for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And I'll see you guys some other time. Thanks.